What's up, world? Welcome to Cage Minds. I'm your host, Micah, talking about Bellator. It's still Season 5. It's Event 51. This is featuring the Bantamweight quarterfinals. There's 4 of them. They're all vying for the right to get to Zach One Size Makovsky, the first Bantamweight champion in Bellator. So we'll get to the 4 quarterfinals. First one pits Luis Nogueira, who has an 11-1 record, taking on Ed Wild West, who has a 16-5 record. For Nogueira, this is his first Bellator tournament, second time into the Bellator cage. Ed West, second tournament in Bellator, made it all the way to the finals of his first one, bantamweight, where he lost a unanimous decision to Zach Makovsky. That being said, we'll get to the breakdown of the fighters. Nogueira is a Brazilian, not with jiu-jitsu, a wrestler, has good boxing, straight, crisp punches, very impressive in his first debut fight in Bellator, kept it standing, very nice, quick on the takedowns. Ed West, quick, bouncing around, light on his feet, says he's an MMA fighter, practitioner, doesn't like to call this stances Muay Thai or kickboxing or wrestling. He's an MMA fighter. He's a very well-rounded fighter. He's been in the decision 7 times and has 9 submissions. Nogueira, 4 TKOs, 1 submission, 6 decisions. Very close fight here. What I'm thinking is that we've seen West have problems against very good wrestlers. Nogueira is a very good wrestler. If he can change levels, keep his punches straight, go for the takedowns, I see him attaining a unanimous decision victory. It's a very close fight. It's a very competitive fight. I just don't think West will have anything in the submission game that Nogueira hasn't seen, and I don't think he has enough in the striking game to finish him off. On the contrary, though, Nogueira is a very powerful striker. Giving this one Nogueira. Next one is Marcos Gilboa, who's 9-4, taking on Chase Beebe, who's 19-7. Gilboa got into this bantamweight tournament from a very competitive feature fight that he had at 137 pounds with Bellator featherweight champion Joe Warren. That fight was so good that it got him into the tournament. He's taking on Chase Beebe, who got into the tournament with a first-round guillotine win. Beebe's a former WEC champion, started off his career 12-1 before now hitting a slide. He's 9-7. He's back. He says he's refocused. Gouveia is a tough Brazilian who was training with Novo Anyao, with Marlon Sandro, with Jose Aldo. Now he's in New York. He has 1 TKO and 8 decisions, so I'm not so sure about his finishing power. He's been stopped twice by strikes and twice by decisions lost. BB, 16 submissions, 3 decisions on a 5-fight winning streak now. Rededicated, living with Clay Guida, training with Jackson's MMA. I like where his head's at. This one's going to be a close fight. All of these are great bantamweight battles, but again, I think that BB's just going to have more in his arsenal. He's a better flat-out striker. Gouveia is a very tough guy, as we've seen from Warren. He can handle himself in his clinch and in his grappling, but BB's just been in there with so much experience, is training with so much experience. Until I see more on Gouveia, I'm giving BB a unanimous decision victory too. Next one we move on to is Wilson Hess, who's 12-3, taking on Eduardo Dantas, who's 10-2. Big things to know about this fight. Hess' back is definitely against the wall. This is going to be his 4th Bellator tournament. He's won all 3 of his previous quarterfinals, been to the semifinals twice, has 2 losses in a row to Patricio Freire, who's a wrecking machine at featherweight, and a loss to Joe Soto. So coming to America, he was a highly touted prospect. Eduardo Dantas is only 22 years old, also training with Novo Anyao, great team, Jose Aldo, Marlon Sandro. He's on a 3-fight winning streak, 4 submissions, 2 TKOs, kind of a wild striker, kind of a smaller guy. I think the size is definitely going to be an advantage of Wilson Hess. He's dropping down from featherweight to bantamweight, taking over in this tournament in place of Joe Soto. I think he's going to come in with this extra life. People don't get a 4th turn at a tournament. He does good in the quarterfinals. I'm feeling that's going to continue. Dantas, great striking. Seen him in Shudo a lot. Watched a bunch of his videos. Don't know what the change from ropes to a cage will do from the 2 organizations, what the difference will be. He doesn't seem to be the strongest grappler, but he doesn't seem to be the weakest either, kind of cagey. But Hess is a really high-level jiu-jitsu guy. I think he's going to use his size, his jiu-jitsu. He's going to close down the distance. He's going to go for takedowns. Dantas seems to have some really fast striking, light on his feet. I'm giving this one a split decision for Haas. I think this will probably be the fight of the night as far as Bellator goes for striking. Now we get up to what's the last quarterfinal, and that's Alexis Vela, who's 9-0, taking on Joe Warren, 7-1. Warren is the Bellator featherweight champion. Vela is an Olympic wrestler from Cuba. Warren, American Olympic wrestler. Both of these guys have extreme credentials when it comes to their wrestling, from Greco-Roman and catch wrestling to collegiate. They both have a lot of pedigree for this, so we could just see both of those be canceled out. Both of them, with the hours of wrestling, have tremendous gas tanks, and it could go down to the striking. Joe Warren has a tendency to get beat up in the first round. Vela has very heavy hands, 6 TKOs. I'm kind of thinking that this is the one time that Joe Warren may get caught up and actually be finished, because he's facing a guy with such heavy hands. My prediction is going to be a first-round KO of Joe Warren. But Warren is relentless. He is amazingly resilient. He survives all of these horrible first rounds. It makes it outside of the first round. He'll probably get a unanimous decision, making me look horribly bad seeing a first-round knockout. The guy just seems to survive, but after taking so many hits in only 8 fights, I'm wondering one day I think his chin's going to break and he will knock out. I think it's going to be this fight. Alexis Vela is an older fighter in his 40s. This is his moment. He needs to seize it. He has powerful striking, and I think we'll see that display. All right, so we'll go through that one more time in case you missed it. I got Luis Nogueira with a unanimous decision. Chase Beebe, unanimous decision. Wilson Hayes, a split decision. And I'm going to go with Vela, Alexis Vela, with a first-round KO. This has been Cage Minds, our Bellator 51 predictions. Be sure to follow me on Twitter. During the fights, we'll be talking. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.